Ghost of Yotei is one of the most anticipated games set for release this fall. Yesterday we got a full 20-minute state of play for it, and this brought the hype around the game to an all-time high. From the new modes of play to unique manners of interaction within the world, there is so much different about this title that it hardly feels like a sequel. This stunning environment, its interesting characters, and the much improved combat look like ways of pulling in every PlayStation 5 owner, so today on Game Rant, let's look at the hype surrounding Ghost of Yotei. The biggest thing this state of play was trying to sell is that Ghost of Yotei is a freely explorable world. You can hunt down the Yotei 6 in whatever order you want. You can get quests from people at your camp that will lead you in multiple different directions. You can interrogate enemies for a number of sites to travel to. You can find altars of reflection that unlock new abilities, or you can just look out of your spyglass and go to a place that looks interesting. It's all up to you. Ghost of Tsushima had a very structured main story that necessitated a specific order, but in Ghost of Yotei, that story is yours to write. One of the elements that really stood out with this in the state of play was the fact that vendors and mission givers will appear at your camp. You don't go to them, they come to you, so that if you're off on a side quest of your own making, you don't have to divert in order to trade or to learn. This open-ended mission structure is contained within a card system that allows you to keep track of all the things you may have going on at once and shows you your progress within each. The core element at the heart of this freely explorable world, though, is the bounty system. In a typical open world game, you do missions in a specific order so that the developer can properly scale difficulty around your in-game experience and your level. But this bounty system makes it so that Sucker Punch can increase difficulty at your pace without funneling you in one direction or another. Since you have a bounty on your head, enemies get tougher as you gain renown and as you complete quests, meaning that no challenge will ever be too hard or too easy. This bounty system also gives you something to do while you're exploring the world. It gives you other targets to hunt down as you head between missions to get the Yotei 6. As I mentioned earlier, the Yotei 6 can be taken on in any order you please, which means that this bounty system will also take care of propping up their difficulty based on the order you choose. It's all a fascinating and well-crafted system made in order for the world to be as expansive and as free as possible. But the element of Ghost of Yotei that most resembles Ghost of Tsushima is combat. The stances, the swapping between weapon styles, and the stealth all look similar to the way they did in the first game, but there are a ton of new weapons to change up the formula. It's not just swords and bows now, there's a surigama, a spear, and even a gun. In terms of stance also, Atsu has more mobility. Where Jin would stand still and slash through enemies, Atsu will jump, dealing multiple blows to topple heavier foes. She seems to have more of a bag of tricks than Jin did, and combat feels like it will be a lot more swapping oriented. I think where you'd pull up a wheel to switch the direction Jin would wield his sword, you will now perform a weapon swap, and it will be utilized similar to stances in the first game, as certain enemies are more easily fought with certain weapons. In this clip specifically, they showed a heavy enemy falling to the Odachi sword Atsu has on her back. The state of play also showed off a bit of stealth combat as well, but this element of the game does seem to be almost identical to that of Ghost of Tsushima. With all that said, Ghost of Yotei seems to be fantastic. It doesn't just look like a sequel with minor upgrades, it looks like an entirely new game set in a new area of Japan. Atsu is a new character with new motivations, new ways of fighting, and new friends to help her. The world Sucker Punch has built here is beautiful, and being able to take it on in whatever manner we choose is an exhilarating prospect. Ghost of Yotei looks to offer all of the things that made the first game great, while bringing in a plethora of gameplay enhancements and system developments, justifying its existence thoroughly. I'm excited for the release on October 2nd, and I hope you are too. Thanks for watching.